the Stop Child Abuse and Residential Programs for Teens Act in the 112th Congress and plan to do so again this year in the 113th Congress. This legislation provides basic health and safety standards for children enrolled in these programs, while also ensuring that programs are accountable for all stakeholders. To improve the treatment of youth in residential programs, we must continue to advocate for changes at all levels, federal, state, and local communities.
Yeah!
Through our collective voices, demanding justice for youth to be free of abusive practices, parents will be empowered to make safe and healthy choices for their children's services. Thank you for your involvement and commitment to making this happen. Sincerely, George Miller, Senior Democratic Member, and he is the senior member of the Education and Workforce Committee right here in the United States Congress. Now, we got to help this guy. There's 435 members of Congress. One of them gets it. That's good. It's a start. Actually, it's more than one, because this bill passed the House of Representatives as recently as 2009. That wasn't long ago. The Democrats controlled the House, and it's interesting because it's not a partisan issue. Every single Democrat except one voted for this bill. Every single one except one. Among Republicans, 40% plus supported this bill. So this is a bill that's supported by 99% of Democrats and 40% of Republicans. That's pretty good. But the Republican leadership will not bring this bill to a vote unless they get 51% of Republicans to support the bill. If you look it up, you will see that 40% of them already have. We only need 10% more. That means you have to go back, look up the names, go back to your hometowns. Many of you are from Republican areas, Alabama and Texas and Louisiana, where people should not take this as a partisan issue. They simply should be against child abuse. It's very simple. If you oppose child abuse, you want to say no to institutional child abuse. And if you don't support this bill, then you do support child abuse. It's that simple. So we're calling on everyone, not just those who know about this issue, but everyone who can hear my voice, to simply ask their member of Congress, do you support child abuse? Do you support locking up kids who've done nothing wrong and beating them and abusing them physically, sexually, mentally, emotionally, psychologically? Do you believe in fair counseling for kids? Or do you believe in a cult-like treatment where kids against their will are held and mistreated in all kinds of awful ways? If you want any information on some of those awful ways, I recommend 2 movies by filmmaker Nick Dahlia, Over the GW, and Aaron Bacon, and also a movie by Vince
Brashaw. Cold Water.
Cold Water. Any of these movies give you a very clear idea of what's going on in these places. It's not pretty. And a lot of Americans don't want to focus on the child abuse that's going on because it's ugly. But when a child is in need, how can we say no? 13, 14, 15-year-old kids have no one. Their parents have deserted them. They've left them in places where people torture and abuse them. This is not a concentration camp in Germany. This is not North Korea. This is America, and this should not be happening here. If you want more information, again, check out SIA, SIA-now.org. And I'd like to present now the president of SIA, the Survivors of Institutional Abuse, who's done so much work in making this event and really everything SIA does happen. And he's recently written a letter to the President of the United States. I present to you,
You go, girl.
So we're online, right? Steve?